What's going on, Facebook, YouTube? Well, I'm excited. This is the book spot. This is the spot where people get their books written. And we got a great topic for you tonight. Let me find that. There it is. Bam. Don't sit on your book. Don't sit on your book. Whatever you do, don't sit on your book because there's a book in you. And I'm going to talk to you tonight about why you should not sit on your book. Okay? We'll talk about why you shouldn't sit on your book and give you some nuggets, uh, some reasons what happens when you sit on your book and what happens when you don't sit on your book. And I'm basically using a metaphorical phrase or explanation to talk about procrastination. That's what it is, folks. It's procrastination when you keep putting it off. And what happens when you do that? That's very stressful. It's very stressful. It's a demand that you put on yourself that you're going to do it, you should have done it, would have done it, all that kind of stuff. But I want you to get out of that. I want you to get past that place of procrastinating because your book is important and it has value. It has value. You have to first believe that it has value in order to write a book, in order to purpose to write a book. So we want you to not sit on your book. That's what I want. I'm Joseph McCray. I'm an author of several books, and the book spot is here on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to about 7:15 or so. And sometimes I bring a guest on. Sometimes I'm just up here talking myself. But the whole goal of the book spot is to encourage you and to inspire you to get your book written, because I realize that it's an important venture. It's an important accomplishment to write your book. And so I can give you some nuggets here. So one of them is when you sit in your book, it's very stressful. It puts a big demand on you because you keep thinking, I got to do it. And here's what happens with procrastination. What you don't do today ends up rolling over until tomorrow. And then there's other things you got to do tomorrow. And so I want you to get past procrastination. And then sometimes people feel guilty. They feel guilty. They look back over their life and they think about, wow, I should have wrote a book. I was told to write a book. I had a college teacher tell me you should write a book. And at the time, it was like in the 90s. And, I really never thought about much of writing a book. But how many of you know that eventually I got to that place? I got to that place to write a book. And um, I ran into her and I saw her. I said, "Hey, Miss Jordan, I've done it. I've written a book, I've written a couple of books." And she was just so excited and proud of me. So, folks, that's what I'm here to tell you. You have to get your book written, right? Because when you procrastinate, it also leads to loneliness. You start to feel alone. You start to feel like, wow, you're deserted. No one else is going through what you're going through because you feel that emptiness. You feel that something on the inside of you is not being fulfilled. It's not being expressed. It's not being given to the world. That's what your book will do. So I'm going to get close to this camera so you make sure you hear me and see me. That's what your book will do. It will give you fulfillment. Will give you fulfillment. And what happens is when you don't write it, you are unfulfilled. Okay? Just real plain and simple. When you don't fulfill the goal that's on the inside of you, the purpose that's on the inside of you, you feel unfulfilled. You feel like there's something missing. But I have some good news for you because I've told you some things about what you may feel like when you don't take the steps to write your book. But here's some good things when you do take the steps. So you can have a less stressful life. You and I can have a less stressful life if we just go on to fulfill what is on the inside of us, right? What is knocking at our door, tugging at our heart, pulling on our heartstrings, all that kind of stuff. When we decide to step out there, and I'm not sure if that means writing, reading books about writing, going to workshops, uh, learning on YouTube, whatever it is, I want you to become an author. I want you to fulfill your purpose and become an author. And so tonight we're talking about don't sit on your book. Don't procrastinate. Don't keep putting it off. I've been there. I did that. I procrastinated. I put off. I said, oh, I'll do it this time. I'll do it that time. But eventually, folks, it catches up to you and you start to feel really uh, like you don't belong, you don't count, you start feeling guilty. But when you do step out there, you feel proud. You feel proud of your achievement, proud of what you've accomplished. You feel proud that you stepped out of the boat, you walked on the water. No one walks on the water unless they first at least get out the boat, right? Get the courage to stand, to step up. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be some sacrifice. Nothing that's worth having would not require some sacrifice, right? You can't enjoy it if you didn't make some sacrifice. Maybe that might mean some early morning hours, some late night hours. And so we're talking about not sitting on your book. The other one is you feel like you belong. You feel like you belong. You feel like you count. You feel like you have value in writing a book. And I can only say that because I've experienced it. Like every book that I've written has done that for me. It made me have less stress. It made me feel proud. It made me feel like I belong. And then more than anything, folks, you are fulfilled. I cannot explain to you the feeling that comes over you when you see that book in your hand. When you turn around and you see, bam, the book is in your hand. Like I did that. That's my name at the bottom of that, And then when you see that there's sales, you look on Amazon and people have been buying your book. I mean, I've written books like 5, 6 years ago, and I'm still seeing sales of it. I'm like, who is that? Who bought that? But I don't have to know. But I know this, that is still something that people are curious about, interested in, and it's purchased. They're not real expensive books, $8, $9, $10 books. I'm not trying to be greedy, but I want people to have books about what I've experienced as a nurse in addictions, what I've experienced with a loving mother, and how she raised 8 children, uh, what I have seen and learned and posted on Facebook. I wanted my son to learn all that, so I put that in a book called Like It. So these are all the reasons why you should write your book, because you've had experiences, you've been exposed to things that maybe other people have not, and it's worth a book. It should be written about. It should be told. Maybe you had a romance or relationship that was just so beautiful. It should be maybe a movie or something. But unless you take the courage to write it down, it will never happen. Folks, it will never happen. The Book Spot is here to encourage you and to pump you up, to get you inspired to step out there. I know there are people who have books that they're sitting on. They're sitting on books. They're sitting on books. They buried them. They buried the books. They're not active. I want you to get active. I want you to begin to put the pen to the paper or pull out the recorder and start recording it and get it out of you, because I believe in somebody else's hands, it's going to be a blessing. And I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you who are going to watch this video. And I hope that you will take my advice and step out there and just make it happen, folks. It happens all the time. And guess what? It's going to happen for you. Thank you for watching the Book Spot, where people get their books written. Appreciate you.